Get right in here. So call it a night, and then we're gonna have breakfast with the creepy old lady. That's right, he's gonna recap again. At the end of every day he recaps. Do-do-do-do-do.
Zach, let's go over our progress. From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed.
Right.
We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim, Diane, was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest.
What?
However,
there was? I didn't even see the knife.
Difference from the previous crimes. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Let's see. Multiple bodies, no murder weapon. It was right after the crime.
That's right.
Aha!
Diane was still alive. This suggests that very little time had passed since the crime was committed. Which means the criminal was still close by. It was somewhere near the scene.
Aha!
There are two possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other. Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
What's his name? Frank, right? He was locked up.
That's right. Casey. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to him.
Good dog.
Casey's statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship. That was why he visited the gallery. The two were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Diane lost her cool and shoved Casey up in the basement.
It makes no sense. Why would he go in the basement and allow himself to be
He
locked?
was locked up.
Uh-huh. Boots. Yep.
That's it. The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day. Which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room.
Aha!
Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
I don't know.
Me too.
Huh.
Usha sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach.
Ugh.
This confirms her as a victim of the Raincoat Killer. Remaining leads. There is the locket, which is in Carol's possession. The man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign.
Right.
There's a lot left to answer.
Huh.
I hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
You want more fucking hints from your cup of coffee? Yes.
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out? I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy. And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan.
Huh. What the? What the hell is that? Whoa!
Emily? What's
Look
going
who just
on?
showed up.
Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
Come on in, honey. Oh, yeah. Time for sweet loving.
My mother
Get that dress
was
off.
very kind woman. She always smiled so brightly. Baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd
makes
say
house
that I
calls.
needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking. My father was always quiet. We never talked much. He was a federal agent, just like me. And he was hardly ever at home.
She's like, shut up and
The only
fucking take your
words he
clothes
ever
off. I
had
didn't
for
come
me
here
were
for this.
harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys. And so now I'm doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
Shut up and fuck me.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, why aren't you fucking
Shoot.
me yet?
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
Do you have any STDs before we do this?
Who's
You're about to have some
Zach?
after. Haha.
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Yeah. He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
He's a pedophile. Convicted
Never
sex
seen his
offender.
face,
Yes.
but he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
A long time ago. Back when I was a child.
Whoa. Whoa. Well, we get to find out the history of Zach now. What the fuck?
I was 7. I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so I headed in to see her. My father was there pointing a gun at my mother. I was
Wow.
so scared.
That's heavy.
I closed my eyes, so I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love.
So he's gonna kill the mother? What the fuck?
When I came back to my senses, they were both dead.
Whoa!
He shot my mother and then killed himself.
What the fuck?
Oh,
That's heavy shit,
I'm
man.
so sorry.
Don't worry
Holy
about it.
shit.
Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends.
I'm here. I'm with you, he said.
Wow.
I'll be here always. We can get through this together. Quite aside from that terrible scene in front of me, that voice seemed to make me calmer. And here we are, working together, getting through things.
Jesus.
This is the first
this
time
guy's
I've ever
nuts.
told anyone about this. I wonder if Zach will get angry.
That's a sad story. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but
Well, you're fucking
I'm sure
crazy,
there was
son.
a reason for what your father did.
What? There's a reason? Why would
I
you
know.
even say that? That's fucked up.
I think maybe I became an agent to find out why he did what he did.
Because it was nuts.
Oh yeah, York, I forgot to thank you.
Thank me? For what?
You saved my life. If you didn't save me at the gallery, I would have died along with Diane.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that.
Yeah, it's time for the
There
inappropriate
might be a
music.
modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
Maybe
You're an asshole.
hopeless, but not useless.
Zach,
Wow.
do you think Emily got home safely?
Nope. She's dead.
Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought. Do you remember our conversation with Emily? She's really interested in you. I think she's starting to have certain feelings for you.
Whoa.
If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed.
Is that a nice post-sex
Well, if it
cigarette?
comes to that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
So, if he has sex with Emily, is it technically a threesome?